feel that well I'm happy with the progress. I try to practice whenever I could practice, you know.
Yeah.
So try to do it whenever I have the opportunity. And I'd say I'm really I wouldn't think my voice would ever resonate with a piano if you asked me when I started. I'd be like, nah, hell no, probably for like a year.
Right.
But we're already kind of like getting well, we're kind of already there, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So I think progress is pretty good. Remember when I messaged you at the beginning a bunch of songs of like, oh, how long is this gonna
Oh,
take to sing? Stuff like
yeah.
that. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I might be able, if I keep practicing consistently, I might be able to reach there either on the time of estimate or maybe
Sure.
a bit earlier if I keep
Sure.
practicing in the same manner consistently.
I would say so because again, you're literally enrolled in my 2 year plan. And well, it's like more 2.5 year because you bought a custom plan, right? Like we talked about, like we agreed on. So it's like you have 245 lessons, right? And that's a lot of
Holy
lessons.
shit, we're only at 8.
We're only at 8, right? So plenty of lessons left. We literally have like 237 lessons left, right? In a sense. And therefore, there's a lot of things we can do together. And think about it this way, right? So let's say by the 16th lesson, we're doing 5 tone scales. Okay. And there's a big possibility we can do that. And once we get to that, and let's say from the 16th lesson to maybe the 20th lesson, we do 5 tone scales very consistently, then we can start working on songs. Again, we can kind of start
For
focusing
real?
more. Oh yeah,
Oh, I thought it would be these exercises for like a year and a half.
I wouldn't say so because so we'll still do the exercises, but we will start we'll start prioritizing the songs. And we'll, let's say, do
That's
that an
cool.
hour and then exercise 30 minutes. Let's say the first 30 minutes is like exercises, and then we start working on the song, getting the melodies down, and stuff like that, because that would be like more advanced scales. You know what I mean? And of course, that is after you get the 5 tone scales pretty consistently. So,
Okay, I look forward to that. I'll work as hard as I could to do that.
right.
I'm not in a rush, man. What matter? Well, it's up to you. Wait, you're the boss, man. Tell me whatever I need to do.
Right, right. But dude, seriously though, again, first of all, lots of progress within the first 8 lessons, okay? Going from not able to match any single notes on the piano to the point where you're matching 3 tone scales consistently within, I guess, a couple of weeks, and that's really, really good. And again, as I said, by the 16th lesson, I want to get to a point where we can do the 5 tone scales, okay, consistently, like you're doing with the 3 tone scale with the piano. And then let's say by the 20th lesson, maybe the 21st lesson, without like the playing the piano. So you play a chord and then you do the scale, okay? If we can achieve that, if we can get to that level, that's a big accomplishment because again, you started off as an absolute beginner. Okay. And I always tell people that everyone has a starting point. Your starting point is actually lower than my starting point. Okay, which is interesting because I started off at a very low level. Yours were a little bit low. I'm just being honest. So the fact that
Yeah, I told you I'm -1.
exactly.
I warned you on day one.
But the thing is that you made progress a lot faster than I ever did. Okay, and, that's because obviously you have me as a coach and whatnot, and I know how to kind
Yeah,
of work through those steps, and that everything worked out really, really well. So that's fantastic. So yeah, dude, just keep practicing, keep training, and that's the idea. Okay.
that was my idea, man. When I first started, I was like, I don't really want to do just YouTube videos, you know. I see a lot of value. Me working in services, I always see value in like people services. They just escalate whatever process because both you and the coach or the person in services is working towards simply you or like me in my case becoming better.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
that's I much prefer that, which is why I chose to work a deal with you and then work with you,
Right. Right.
right?
Right. And it's been amazing so far.